Guys, I'm Happy Camper, and as mentioned before, I'll be showing Zeliard for you today on a very old laptop of mine. um, Zeliard is a very old game from 1987, developed by Game Arts and brought to the Western audience by Sierra. Back in the days, ported to the DOS version, which I'll be playing here. Before we start, I'll actually have to go into... Go right into that screen, okay. I have to wait a little bit for that till the music ends. Yeah, here we go. So there's just a couple of the history explained of the game before we start the run here. This is the usual setup. I'll be explaining the category in a little bit, just that you know. This is a old Metroidvania style of game. As mentioned earlier, quite old game. I'll be explaining everything pretty much during the run, so without further ado, I'll be starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, welcome to Zeliard, or Zeliard Speedrunning. First of all, we just visit this king, who is very generous and gives us 1,000 gold to outfit ourselves and destroy the evil spirits lurking around. To be honest, 1,000 gold is not very much, but we'll make it with good use of it anyway, by just dying in the first dungeon. Wait a moment. Actually, that's intended. The interesting thing here is that by dying, you get experience. And I get enough experience so that I can level up 2 times, which is pretty good, because early on I want more health points. And the other thing that this does is it also gives you a little bit more strength for the damaging strikes by the sword. So we are good to go so far. I'm running around here a little bit and then speeding up and dying again. Because, as mentioned earlier, you get experience by dying. So I get another level up here to increase my strength further. But, to be honest, for the rest of the run, no more deaths. So the next death would not get me another level, so I'm not abusing this any further. We just want to do the rest of the run. This is the first dungeon, by the way. Yeah, we are venturing through 8 different dungeons, hopefully. Okay, that is perfect. The very first dungeon, you can skip a large section of it, which I'm preparing right now. So I'm waiting for these very slow slugs that seem to be jamming, like jamming to the music, and I'll stack them on top of each other. Because I cannot get up that slope, but by stacking these slugs, I can actually skip on top of that and enter the first boss room here by the back entry. So you will see I will spawn right into the first boss, and now it's time to defeat the crab before it beats me. Beat the crab out of the crab. And that was the first boss, and yeah. Here we go, we get our first gem, so we need to collect all 9 gems to beat the game. You see me speeding up there sometimes, because there's an option in this game, you can adjust the speed. That's due to limitations of that time, because in DOS you had a lot of different hardware, and you had slower systems, you had faster systems, and so on. And what I'm doing is I adjust the speed because that's part of the category, to go as fast as possible. but during the dungeons I am not able, like, it's not able to humanly possible keep up with the highest speed. So we'll go with lower speeds to make the dungeons work. In Dungeon 2 now, you see me that I used this item that I bought in the very first town. These are called the Magia Stones, and you will see them quite a bit. They are floating around here around me, which is very nice because they defeat pretty much any enemy at this stage. And yeah, with this it's pretty easy to continue on so far. You will notice that in the bottom of the screen there is like gold, and it says 0, and then I have almas. So the currency in this game is gold, but you get them by collecting almas and trading the almas for gold. Almas pretty much means soul. I forgot if it was Latin or some other language, but yeah, you get almas, you trade them for gold, and then you can buy stuff. Welcome to the boss 2, or I also known the easiest boss of the game, by killing him with Magia Stones. He's pretty quick that way. Actually, casually he would have 2 phases, but with a certain position and with these Magia Stones, you deal enough damage to kill him off without any issues. Actually, I've had a few runs where that quick kill didn't really happen, and I got wrecked real hard, so yeah, make sure you position yourselves well. Now we're already into the 3rd dungeon. Okay, slight mistake here from me. I need to reset the room because of that. So in this platforming section, I run through the 3rd dungeon already. You see a lot of different enemies here, like these bugs that shoot at you, some bugs that run at you. This level is generally pretty scary, especially because I don't have a lot of life at this stage. So you see the red bar is increasing, and that's not good. But sometimes I can find some potion to make it rather safe. I need this Hero's Crest it's blocking me from progression. Okay, that did not work. I'll rather take it safe here. So please don't kill me, bugs. Come on. Okay. So I'm rather low, so I will likely now... I usually go through these spikes here, but this is too dangerous. Now I go the slow route. And now we are ready to just go back into town and outfit ourselves. As at this stage, I usually should have more than 563 almas, which I have, which is perfect. As by the way, I get a new spell here that we'll actually use. Yeah, I want a certain amount of almas to trade into gold. Because the gold route makes the menu optimal. Actually, I will also save here, just for safety. So then we trade the almas for gold. This town has the best exchange rate, with 1 almas meaning 4 gold, so 8 gold. So that way I can buy a lot of stuff, which is very appreciated. This lady will give us some more Magia Stones. That we'll use some of them right away. So you see I don't have a lot of gold remaining, but that's fine. Here I can pass. That's why we needed the Rest of Glory. And right into the third boss. I usually call him like the Jabberwocky, because you know it looks like from Monty Python. It's a bit comical. Okay, he wanted to kill me. That is why saving is good. Because yeah, at some point you sometimes die, and this time this boss was not nice to me. So he was quite aggressive, which to be honest, does not really happen a lot. So this is the first run in quite a while that has died to such a thing. So good that I saved. Into the boss fight again. So I still think there's time for some swag strats afterwards. So we'll see if we can put this off. So you see, this time he's much more passive. Come on, come here. Nice. So you can also push this guy like with these magic stones around. So the sprite is not should not be up that much, but if you have the magic stones active, they still somehow hit that boss, and yeah, it looks, or like the sprite is reserved some longer time here. We go back into this town here because we need the money to do some additional shopping. That is a setup for later on. I'll go in here into Magic Shop again, and I buy this time not the Magic Stones, but the Saber Oils. The Saber Oils, they do something entirely different. They power up your sword. As you might have noticed, we still have the basic sword. So that's the icon in the lower left, the first of the 3 icons. Second one being the spell that is currently 0 charges. The basic weapon is not very good, and we are not really using it. I'm mostly using the Magia Stones at this point in time, because it's just not worth it, to be honest. The upgrades are not that great that to make it worthwhile. That is already pretty bad. Sadly, my platforming is here not on par, so I'll need to wait here a little bit until the turtles here vanish. Okay, that's better. So let's do this platforming again. That's a different one. Okay, damn it. So these turtles are quite scary. Like, why I don't like this section. So here we are again. So as you might have noticed now, the dungeons, they actually wrap up. Like when you always go down, you will come from the top pretty much. It's also the same from left to right. So it can be quite confusing sometimes why this layout is that way. Actually, I can speed up here to get the time back. So yeah, this can be sometimes very confusing why this when these dungeons wrap, because yeah, drawing maps can be quite difficult in this game. This woman here talks to us and just tells us that yeah, some dear one has sadly died to the evil demon lord's minions, and if we get her an item back, which we will not do, we would get some bonus. So, as you noticed earlier, saving is good. And yes, continue the quest. The spirits are with me. That's great. So, of course I failed platforming again. Don't worry too much, we can do the same as before. I should go left here, damn it. So, no, I fell down. And now you see me doing all of this again. Maybe this time from that side. That's a shame. So you remember the first level? We're gonna do a similar strat again to skip most of the dungeon. Also picking up that item that was hinted at by the woman who was talking to us. So usually, casually, you would get an item here that prevents slipping on this icy surface, which makes a platforming section a lot easier. But we don't really get to that platforming section, we just do it the last part here, because we skip the rest by just stacking enemies and getting pushed over the critical sections. So yeah, don't slip too far. Of course I messed this up again. So, next up is the boss of this level. Oh, come on. That looked great and didn't work. Okay, another enemy. Damn it, falling down here. So, the thing about slipping on ice is a little bit difficult to judge, because it's a bit random how far it pushes you. So I cannot really calculate, okay, I need to run that far, then I can slip the rest. It doesn't work this way, it's a bit random. So the fourth boss fight is in an ice level, an ice enemy. It's a huge ice block, and if I position myself well enough, then I can just kill him with the Magia Stones here. I could kill him with the fire here, but I'd rather not, because I will need that fire spell in the next section. So actually, this next section is the most scary one, to be honest, as this is level 5, and there are a lot of scary encounters, like this eye that just flew by, or the zombies. I actually cannot kill the zombies with my sword currently, because their hitbox is up high, and I only can reach it with the Magia Stones. That's the only way currently. And these red slimes that you saw there on the floor, there will be a lot more of them, and that's why I need the fire spell, because the only way to kill them at this stage is to shoot this fire spell. I don't have any other way. So you see, I have only 8 charges on that, so I need to be careful when to use it. Okay, so while we're doing some general movement, I should also explain that some of this dungeon has like hidden walls that you can pass through, which is actually intended by the game. This is not a bug or not a glitch. This is actually how it works. Then we also, in this dungeon, we are introduced to poisonous surfaces like this blue goo, there will be a revival of this in the next level, but we'll come to that afterwards. And while I'm doing a little bit more, we can have a time for one small donation. Ah, damn it. Yeah, now we have more time for donations, because I need to load now for level 4.
Perfect, because I have 2 quick ones done. We have Anonymous with $5 with no comment, thank you very much. And also a massive $100 donation from Salmon Bird. Thank you very much for all of your donations towards Alzheimer's Fund, and keep them coming.
Thanks for aiding the good cause. So sadly, I need to do this whole section here again, because I haven't been to the fifth town yet, as I'm doing this this section before. Ah, damn it! Now I messed this up again. Let me do this real quick. So this is how saving actually works, or loading actually works, by entering this save menu, this very old save menu, or loading screen. So yeah, let's do this again. This time, please don't mess up. Okay. The drop. Okay, perfect. So now they're in perfect sync. That is actually optimal. Okay, don't let me mess. Oh, okay, of course. I should be able to go through here. Yes. Yeah, that is an alternative to failing some of that. But only the upper part. If I fall into the lower part again, then I'll need to pass a platforming section again. Go on, fall. So sadly I need to do the 4th boss again. Stay there, please stay there, and thanks. So, speed up and get this again. Okay, let's do this again. Red potion to fill up here. So the money route is also not complete yet. I will get some more stuff later on. Still not yet in this dungeon, or not so much. But I pick up, as you see, I pick up some gold here and there to make up for lacking enough money or enough resources the other way. It's also looking a bit poor on the Almas side here. I would rather have, like, after this section I want to have more than 1000, that would be great. So also, if you look closely, what I'm doing at some of these ladders, you also sometimes get a fast climb by a special angle. This is actually when swag strats are fast, but yeah, it's not always working as easily. So yeah, it's okay to be quite scared by these red blobs, because as I mentioned earlier, I cannot kill every one of them as I only have 8 charges in total of this magic spell. I will let this Almas lay around here for a little bit, as an interesting property is... Oh, damn it, I picked that one up. When I don't pick that up, the enemies won't respawn. So we'll see now the right one I actually picked up on accident. So that one will be revealed again. But the left one shouldn't respawn, and then we can pick up the Almas later. So I'll kill this one again. And pick up the Almas here. So no enemy respawned. So you see, it makes sense that this Almas, this soul, is retrieved. Which means that I'm running out of shots here quite soon. Okay, I already see I'm pretty bad on Almas. I will let this one slip and jump over the pit of doom, as this section is quite scary. If you fall down that pit, it pretty much means, yeah, do the whole entire section again. I'll trick this enemy, baiting it here, and this one I'll kill. So yeah, we're nearing the next town, so this far it looks good. Shouldn't be dying here anymore, and we can speed up the section in the town again. This guy is actually amazed by a certain item that I picked in earlier, that he gives us a better sword. So we trade that in. Then I get another level up here, and then also a new spell. Also quite useful. Sadly, I don't use it in this route that much anymore. Just to be sure. Safe. And I will also visit the store here for a safety item. Or actually, it's a required item for the route that I'm having. Oh. So we can continue on here through the dungeon to the boss. And while I'm replaying this section here, we can also go for another donation.
Thank you. That donation is going to be $10 from Sikun. Lunista's Mirror Race, give me that. And this is put towards the Mirror Race incentive for Lunistas, obviously. And with that, we are getting pretty close to finishing this incentive. We will be... this is going to be in just 2.5 hours. And right now, we are at $1,082 out of the required $1,500. So please, if you're donating, consider marking this as your bid of choice, as one of the racers will then play in a mirror mode where both their game and controls will be completely flipped. Totally worth seeing that. We are just missing a little over $400 to get that met. Thank you.
Okay, here we jumped already into the next boss. That's a quite scary one, as if that guy hits you, you are pretty much dead. That guy tries to eat you, and it deals a ton of damage. And he has also a lot of health, actually more health than the next boss, if I'm not mistaken. So he's quite scary, but he has a weakness to, like, if you get onto a certain position at his lips, he will die more easily. So it's a lot of positioning involved. This is level 6, where I'll activate my last set of Magia Stones to keep away some of the more annoying enemies. Damn it, I did not get that. So let's speed this up. Some of these enemies, like, do you see this octopus here flying around? These are very nasty, and they like to kill runs. That's their hobby. So we'll just prevent that by activating Magia Stones and hope that nobody slips in. Because if you look closely, these Magia Stones, they are actually just 4 stones that are rotating around you. So in some configurations, the enemy has the chance to slip in, which sometimes even these like these birds here or the octopus can pull off, and that's bad news then for the run. That is hard to react to that then. Also, we got these dropping blocks, which are quite a nuisance to stop us from running optimally. This guy tried to kill me. I'll actually just heal here a little bit. So by standing still, you recover a little bit. And the next section, there are a few more enemies. And there's also a run killer section coming up. So we'll see how it goes there. So don't ever run into that. You cannot be faster than the block. I get some nice more some additional shoes here. These finally make us able to climb slopes with this special property. And this is now the scary section. So there is I'll try to bait it. I cannot bait it. This usually doesn't work anyway. I will have to wait here a little bit to recover enough. So there is a block falling down here, and you usually cannot trigger it beforehand. So it deals a ton of damage, so you want to avoid it. But that's not the scariest part. Yeah, you see, I almost got killed there. But the more scary part is that there's also a Lady of Death that spawns there sometimes. And when both of these are combined, you can die from full health in pretty much instantly. Happens in a couple of frames. So even with a healing item that I currently have, I cannot be fast enough for that. So yeah, in this town we're doing some more shopping. Or exchanging first almas to gold and then doing some shopping. So we get a spell that actually I found out I can use this in this run for one small optimization. But other than that, this is a pretty bad spell. So you won't see me use it after I use that. So here we buy a shield. So turns out you don't really need a shield quite early on. So we optimize to go for a shield quite late in this run. So this is a large platforming section with a lot of times to fuck up, but hopefully that won't be too bad. Come on. Oh, I did miss it again. Okay, here we go. So take care. So hopefully I get this guy. Okay, that's the only use for the spell I came up with, which is quite neat because this squid up there is quite annoying. And yeah, it costs me a lot of time, more time than it does to just cast a spell here. Damn it, that happened. So now I need to do this platform section here. And of course, the jump got too far. So I need to do everything again. But yeah, we can jam to this music at this point. So yeah, just optimizing to give you a lot of value for this awesome Zeliard music. Okay, that should be fine. Come on. Good jump. Nah. This ledge is, if you don't land on top, which I aim to do, quite hard to jump from there into optimal position. So I hope I can show how I intend to do this. Yeah, this is how I intend to do this usually. So you see a lot easier from this position. So with this, we are coming to the next boss, which I like to call a zombie soccer player. You'll see why in a second. So actually this guy does not have a head, but he got these weird balls coming from his torso and kicking them all over the floor. And hopefully it will be so nice that I can do not need to use a healing item here, because that would be very annoying and costing a lot of time. I don't have any spells here. This is closer than I thought it would be. Come on. Just a few more hits. There we go. There we go. So we get another key. By the way, by the skips in the first and the fourth level, we get some additional keys that we don't use at the time. So yeah, we use them in level 6 and level 8 respectively to optimize the route, because getting the keys there would be way slower. They have a lot of movement to do usually, so we just skip them there. Okay, I actually need to go back into the dungeon because I just realized I only have 1,600 or 1,700 roughly. Ah, damn it. Okay, this will be now a pain. So yeah, I had too little gold to do a certain shop, to buy a certain shop item here. So I had to go back, because otherwise the route would fail here. But that's why we have this optimal 1,000 gold to help us out here. So I got a little bit unlucky from the pickups here. So here we get an actually useful spell. I'll use it a couple of times, but mostly I will still use the sword here. For most enemies this is enough. So, I'll buy the item right here, because otherwise that would be a pain. So now I have 4 saber oils in my inventory, plus 4 saber oils plus 1 Druid fruit, which is a healing item. Here is the only mini boss in the game. It's a reuse of the boss on level 4 from the ice level. So we helped this woman out here by killing this enemy, and she gave us a certain item that pretty much it tells the people, when you show that to the people in this town, they will give some additional help, which I, to be honest, don't really need that much. It's needed for the code that I just got from another villager. And I also use it to get some more experience, because we'll see. One thing that I forgot. Wait a second, that is important. I did not level up. That is important, because I need a certain amount of HP to get through the next boss, as this is pretty much, yeah, a tough one. So here we go again. So we say it's sometimes saying it's hot. That's because, yeah, this is a flame level and it is literally hot. What this what the cape does that I picked up is it. Oh wow, there was the run killer here. Interesting. I haven't shown. This guy doesn't usually show up. So that was a very rare occurrence where this guy showed up. So this cape prevents me from taking damage from the heat. And here I'm doing a neat little trick. You have some invisible walls in this dungeon, but enemies can push you through that invisible walls. So it's very nice that these dogs here, or wolves, as they're in-game called, help you through this. They are zooming after you, and with a actually like you got a it's not really frame perfect, but you got a few frames that you need to that you can react this with this on. So I'll run here in a certain position, and when the distance here is right, then I know that this will not fail me. And that's when I get through the invisible wall. So I intentionally take damage here because of another nice little trick here coming up. So there are these potions that I sometimes picked up, and there is a special like the blue potions heal you for full. And picking up the blue potion, I can heal myself for full. But the way this works is if you take damage. Okay, I need to heal now again. This did not really work as intended. But if you take damage during the time, you heal more than intended. Because it does not stop healing. It is still healing even after you take damage. Thankfully enough, the dragon was pretty nice here, because that is usually scary if you run directly into him. This time he was very, very nice to me. Coming now into level 8, where this guy trolls me. Ah, damn it. So, let's have a look. So, yeah, what I didn't explain much, because I explained the trick with the blue potion there, is that I also used 3 of my 4 saber oils here. So the last one is still available, meaning that I powered up my sword like it has 8 times the damage. It had 8 times the damage afterwards. So you see, the dragon is quite a scary monster. You need a lot of firepower to or like sword damage to master that dude. Okay, he will get a last level up. So let's summon the spirits and their powers. Oh yeah, the light is shining upon us. That's great. So this was the last level up. So I need to go once more to the bank, because I have only 200 gold, and that is not enough for anything that I really would like to have here. Not even close. So I buy another shield here. Better shield, light shield, which has better properties, let's put it that way. So it has the same amount of health as the other shield, but it has a lot more blocking power. By entering this last house on level 8, we actually got tricked by the Demon Lord. So that was a ruse. Like he was trolling us and saying, "Ha, you're in level 8. We send you back to level 6. You don't deserve better. That was a wrong idea. You don't deserve better. You get back to level 6. Screw you." But actually, that is very useful to us, as I picked up a special key in level 8, the Lion's Key, and it turns out the door for that is in level 6. So, thanks, Demon Lord, for getting us into this position. So now we get the best sword in the game, by far the best sword. So this deals a ton of damage. And some special boots to jump higher. And then back into level 8 again, where we will use all of that stuff. So jumping higher is actually quite useful here. Oh, don't hit me like that. Some of the platforming requires that. That's special, those special boots. So level 8 pretty much reuses a lot of the stuff that we had earlier, like invisible currents, pushing you around, that is from level 7 usually. Hidden walls that you can pass through, this is from level 5. So yeah, level 8 is a very scary dungeon and very tricky, as you have to figure out, where those hidden things are, because there are no hints. You cannot really see it. You can only guess if there are hidden properties, and you have to find out by testing yourself. Thankfully, by completing the game, you will have figured it out. So in the speedrun, you of course know all of this stuff, and it's easier. So I picked up a key here so that we can continue throughout the dungeon. Also some interesting platforming sections here. So yeah, as I talked earlier about invisible currents, that was one of them. And here now featured the hidden walls, or the pass-through walls. I don't know how they're called in-game. They don't have a name, really. Before I kill myself, let's heal. And get rid of these enemies. There is another town here, but we are not entering it, as that would be slow. It is actually the best town, but the thing is that you cannot save there, which for casual runners is like, or like for like casual players, it's like, oh, horrible. But you get extremely good prices on pretty much everything, so it's awesome to stay in there, or like go shopping and repair your stuff, heal up and everything, but you cannot save, so you cannot really use it. And in the run, I have everything I need, so I'll just continue on to the final 2 bosses instead. So this room is pretty much only platforming, and for some reason I am not pulling this off right now, so let me reset the room. So you don't actually need to use these falling platforms from down there below. I will just jump directly to the rope and then move on through these sections here. There are some currents here, so I gotta be aware of that. Like for instance, this one pulls me up to get to this section. So I need to align with this platform here and wait a little bit. Okay, here we go. And no, okay, messing up at this last section. Now I can make this. Okay, that hurts. So where do I get here? Okay, I got out here. Damn, that means I'm at the start of the room again. I'll reset the room again. So yeah, this room is pretty nasty when you also learn it for the speedrun. As yeah, platforming in this room is just horrible. No, don't do it to me. Here we go. Come on, come back here, platform. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're just a few rooms before the final bosses. So I just need to get all of that down. So this is the last room with monsters, and I'll just kill them like this because that's easier. These willows here can be quite a pain. Here's the key. Then I actually need to take a little bit more damage. This guy will help me with that. Come back here one more time. That was a bit much, but I'll manage. Of course these guys show up again. That is a bit unfortunate, but I'll just use the power I got here. There's one more willow up there. No. Yeah, always approaching at the worst timing, I feel. Then I use the final saber oil I have to get the maximum power on the sword. And then here's like the scariest boss of the game. This guy deals a ton of damage, and by using the blue potion, the trick of the blue potion, I can actually make this guy, make easy work of the guy. Just chop through him a couple of times and he will go down. And then there's only one more boss coming up. The Demon Lord himself, Yashin. And actually, let's speed up here a little bit. He's actually quite easy. Or like, at least for me. You just need to be very quick on your inputs. That's might be a bit tough for some. So I'll wait until he spawns. He turns invisible almost immediately, and he spawns in some locations, just throwing stuff. So he's the spells he uses are quite easy to dodge, but once I deal enough damage to him, he will not turn invisible anymore. Go on, spawn. A couple more times. Oh yeah. Oh, and he was nice. He was not evading us. So time will be coming up shortly, as I beat all the bosses, and now I just need to give this amulet to the princess, as she was turned to stone by this evil demon lord, and I'll just wake her up, and that's time. So yeah, this was Zeliard, and as we can enjoy this beautiful last cutscene moment here, I want to give some quick shoutouts to pretty much all the retro runners here at the event, showing off also the older games to keep them alive, and reliving some childhood memories for most of us. Nostalgia is a thing. I lived I grew up with this game, and it took me a lot of time to beat it, so I'm happy to show that off at the marathon run, to show that it's actually beatable in less than an hour. So I gotta thank ESA for having me, so that I could show this run to all of you. Yeah, I also want to thank all the restreams for all the additional work they do on delivering the commentary into all the different languages. It's awesome. Also for the second stream, a lot of people work here to also keep the second stream up. But then there's, don't have to forget, there's also people commentating, some channels commentating on the main or the stream 1, but also the stream 2. So thanks for all of that. I hope you enjoyed the run. And yeah, with this, I'm pretty much done for this. Thanks for having me again, and I'll see you around.
Thanks a lot, Happy Camper. Don't go anywhere. We will soon be back with Darkest Dungeon.